Hi, I'm Ashley Waldbauer.
And I'm Ashley Sundin.
And you are in the air with Falcon News.
Thanks for joining us again on Falcon News. Today we have 3 really exciting and informative stories. One story about 2 of our fall sports programs, a story covering a very important topic concerning seniors, college, and a very important story about Veterans Day. And of course, you don't want to miss the Ashley and Ashley episode.
You know, Prairie has a great variety of fall sports, including football,
girls soccer,
volleyball,
boys golf,
swimming, and the 2 sports we're highlighting in this episode, cross country and boys tennis.
We've had multiple athletes compete in district and regional competitions, and here is Scarlett Young, who has talked to some of the coaches and athletes.
The boys tennis team had a successful season. 3 players advanced to bi-districts this year. We talked with head coach, linguist, and player Zach Tompkins to learn more about the road to bi-districts.
I feel that the boys are extremely prepared for the next step in the journey, which is to go to the bi-district tournament. We leave today. It'll be October 31st and November 1st. 5 of the 16 advanced to state. Zach Tompkins just won the district singles title, and we've practiced the last 3 days indoors at Green Meadows to prepare him. Eric Saylor and Seth Tripp just won the doubles, second place in the doubles final, but they played really strong against the Columbia River team that beat them. So I'm confident that both the singles and our doubles entries into the bi-district tournament are going to fight really hard, to get 2 wins on Friday, and that will qualify them for state. So that's our hope.
It feels really good to be going to regionals. Last year I couldn't have made it this far by any possibility, so it's really cool that I won districts and I'm able to go, because last year I couldn't have been able to do it at all.
The cross-country teams had a great season. The girls placed first at districts and the boys placed third, both advancing to regionals. The girls are advancing to state and David Oliveira is advancing as an individual. We talked with Coach Krebar and Minister and senior runner Jamie Ferris to learn more about this season.
The boys team, actually they did really well this year, and a lot of people around the league noticed how they're starting to rise. And we've never really had a strong boys team the last few years, and so it's kind of nice for them they're really young and they're really excited about getting better. We haven't been to regionals in a long time, and we're going to regionals this year. We even have a couple of athletes that might be able to go on to the state level and finish in the top 25. So it's pretty exciting. And we're really excited about next year too.
At regionals, the girls took first place, so they're regional champions, and this way they qualify now for the state meet, which will be in Pasco this weekend. Also, Michaela Brums was the regional championship.
Winning districts was amazing. It's fun running on such a good team. Everyone's great, and they're also supportive, and it's just great being out there and having everyone cheering for you and everything. Everyone was just really happy after winning regionals. Everyone ran their best, and they all ran really great races, and that high that you get, that sounds weird, being so happy after racing so hard and giving it everything you can, it's just unbelievable.
Thanks, Scarlett. Fall sports was an overall success, and we can't wait for the winter sports season that includes boys and girls basketball, wrestling, bowling, and gymnastics. We look forward to another great sports season, and we will be highlighting those sports over the next few months.
Veterans Day is coming up, and that means ASB is working hard on the annual assembly where we honor soldiers who have fought for our country.
Hey Ashley, what does Veterans Day mean to you?
Veterans Day to me means honoring soldiers who have fought in wars for our liberty and freedom. Do you know when it started, Ashley?
Well, it officially started November 11th, 1918, after World War I. It's also called Armistice Day.
Well, once again, we just want to say thank you to all the veterans out there who have fought for our country. Several of our teachers and staff have served or are serving in the military, and Mariah Chapman has talked to some of them to get their thoughts on serving for our country.
Veterans Day is a very important day for many families across America. On November 11th, we celebrate and honor those courageous Americans who have served our country. We have asked various people around campus what Veterans Day means to them.
My position was in the Air Force Reserves, and for 26 years I was a flight nurse, and for the last 3 years I was a nurse administrator. Before Veterans Day, it was just a day off from school when I was in high school, and maybe you got holiday pay at your job. But now that I have been involved in a couple of conflicts, transporting and working with soldiers who have put their lives on the lines, and some of them are very severely injured, I have a real deep connection with these veterans now from any conflict, back to Korea, World War II. What they have done to preserve our freedom, how do you thank someone for that? So it's a very deep, meaningful day for me. Being in the war, it's really kind of interesting. I still have some difficulties with noise fatigue, loud noises, crowded rooms kind of are bothersome. You're always looking for a way out. You're always concerned about your back. But the military trains you very, very well. And what I found out is a lot of times when I was having an aircraft emergency on the airplane, or if there were rocket attacks, or if there was something going wrong, your military training kicks in. You do your training, you do your job, you get things done. And then afterwards you kind of go, should I have been scared during that? Should I have been? But you just do your job. Your training really kicks in. It's, I think, the best thing in the world that you can do. Not everybody's going to qualify for military service, but there are ways that you can serve your country. We are so spoiled here. People do not realize how much we have and how fortunate we are.
Veterans Day to me means it's a day for us to give thanks to our veterans, for those who have given their time and some of their life so that we can be here and enjoy what we've got. Serving my country gives me kind of a mix of emotions. On the one hand, I have pride because it's something that very few of us ever get a chance to do. On the other hand, there are moments where I look around and wonder what some of the things people are thinking, considering some of the sacrifices that veterans are making on their behalf. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Definitely pride, mostly pride, mixed in with some other stuff. Since I went to war, deployed to Iraq, definitely a lot of the things that I took for granted before, I don't take so much for granted now. Again, going back to the previous question, a lot of the things that we have, we don't really take for granted. We don't appreciate them, or we do take them for granted. We don't appreciate them as much as probably we really should. So I think the biggest effect was making me think about what I have versus what I want versus what I need. After serving in Korea for almost 3 years, it occurred to me that there was something more to it, which you start to look around and, okay, who's going to do this? It's not something everybody can do, and it's definitely not something everybody wants to do. So once I realized it was something I could do and I liked doing it, I stuck around and, well, here I am.
Thanks, Mariah. Here on Falcon News, we want to say thank you to all the veterans who have served our country.
Hey, Ashley, have you applied to any colleges yet?
Yeah, I've applied to 9 colleges so far, but University of Washington is definitely the one I want to get into.
Cool.
Because I want to major in biology. What about you, Ashley?
Well, I want to go into musical theater, so that means I have to apply for over 18 colleges, and then I have in-person auditions in November.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So, what school do you really want to get into then?
Probably Pace, which is in Manhattan. Overall, preparing for college has been really taxing, and I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. And here's Alex Koschel with some helpful information about college.
Thanks, Ashley. For some, college is a big deal, and plans are already in progress for next school year. For others, college is still uncertain because they either see it as a distant event in the future, or they don't know the basic information about the college process. The college process has been rapidly changing for years. Tuition is getting higher and higher, and if you want any good money from scholarships, you have to be on top of it and ahead of the game. The idea of college may seem daunting, and it may not be the best choice for everybody, But if you are even considering a college or university after high school, you need to know the basic facts.
I would like to see 100% of our graduates understanding they have to have some training after high school. So that might be community college, four-year university. It might mean learning the business from a relative. Might mean doing a management track at Fred Meyer's or something like that. But I think 100% of our students do need to look at training beyond high school at some form. For students that don't want to go to college or don't think they can because of financial reasons, I'd say first of all, everybody should do the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, because you never know. It's about looking at your career first and then what is required for that career. I think many of us, even people who think they know what they want to do, find out differently once they start school. And I recommend that if you don't know, you look at a large occupational group that you might be interested in, and then start there, or start at community college and just get your basic stuff done. And you end up meeting a lot of like-minded people. So take the high school and beyond plan seriously. Stay in school, for heaven's sakes, get your high school diploma, because really, that's really tough if you don't have it. Sometimes people just need a little bit of time, but be adventuresome, I guess I would say too. The ACT and SAT should, the first time you take them should be your junior year, but many people don't, okay? Also, they're expensive, so, you do not need them for community college and technical schools. So many times, people automatically think if you're going to any kind of training, usually they use the word college. After high school, you have to have the SATs and ACTs, and you do not. So you can go to Clark without having taken those. If you're going to go to a four-year college, you've got to have them, and you should be taking them now, registering and taking them now. I believe there's a December test that you have to have. It has a deadline really soon, and you don't want to delay on that either, because they're expensive, but if you're late registration, oh my gosh, it's kind of off the charts for the expense. Seniors should start applying for college. I think some of the applications are open as of October 1. I will tell you in the past, because things weren't electronic, they were paper, that it was like, December, January. But I know, for example, University of Washington, their deadline, I think, is December 1 to get their application in. So you really have to check with the college, and students should do it right now. Also, it shouldn't be something you do the night before it's due, because you're apt to make mistakes on the application. And mistakes can cause, you're not to be considered. And that could be writing your essay, and maybe you're a good writer, but you didn't have time to proof it. So then you have all these misspelled words, and you're like, nobody's gonna pick up on that. You don't think about that, but that could be, the person reviewing it might say, hey, they didn't even care enough to, complete their essay properly. I don't know, maybe we'll put them on the wait list pile. I would say over Thanksgiving is a great time to be getting all that stuff together and putting in the time, but don't delay and don't leave it to the last minute.
Now, for a good number of colleges and universities, November 1st was the application deadline for early admission, which generally means higher paying scholarships. For some, it's November 15th, so go check it out. General admission can be done for any school at any time. If you have any other questions regarding financial aid, application, or informational nights, or if you have any other questions, talk to your counselor or the Career Center. Ashley's?
Thanks, Alex. Overall, applying for college can be really stressful, but the outcome is so worth it. Many upperclassmen don't really know a lot of the deadlines for applications and scholarships, so it's really convenient that Alex was able to cover this important topic during such a crucial time in our lives.
Thanks for joining us on our second episode of Falcon News. Remember, you can see it right here or go directly to the link at www.phsfalconflyer.com. And right after the break, stay tuned for the Ashley
and Ashley Show. Also, don't forget to watch our weekly teacher feature, which you can watch in the comments or on the Falcon Flyer.
Thanks for watching, and Sora next time for the next episode of Falcon News.
Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is only for the chosen few, for the superstars. The truth is, greatness is for us all. This is not about lowering expectations, it's about raising them for every last one of us. Greatness is not in one special place, and it's not in one special person. Greatness is wherever someone is willing to find it. We must rise, and we must fight for we will prosper.
Hey, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Ashley.
And welcome to the Ashley and Ashley Show. Before we start, we would just like to thank everyone for all the support we got on our first episode. We got over 100 views on the first day it aired, and we're super excited and thankful for everyone's help.
Speaking of thankful, Thanksgiving is this month, and like I said in our last episode, I love turkey dinners.
What do you do on Thanksgiving?
We have a lot of my family over, like my cousins and my aunts and my uncles, and we all make a big dinner together, like with some of my favorite foods, like mashed potatoes with butter, turkey and cranberries, and pumpkin pie. What do you guys do?
Wait, no. turkey and cranberry, really?
Yeah, I love cranberries, like cranberry juice and like cranberries
Like
on my turkey.
On your turkey?
Yeah.
But what is that even like?
It's like cranberries mashed together, kind of,
Yeah.
and then you put it on your turkey, and then you eat it. But it's really good, I promise.
Okay. Yikes. I don't know if I could do that.
Oh, yeah, but it's really good.
Okay.
What do you do for Thanksgiving?
Kind of the same thing. My family all comes over, and it's a big feast, and blah, 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 blah. And, yeah, so we also like to play games, so we play Uno Flash.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that before the show.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
But we get really, really competitive. Like,
oh gosh.
I have a very, very competitive family, and so even if it's like Uno or something, we'll get like really, really heated real fast.
Oh.
So yeah, it's pretty fun. But
what about some of your family traditions? I know you were saying something about that before.
Oh yeah. So we play Uno, but like, I mean, we don't do it as much anymore, but my family is pretty musical, and there's a lot of performers and stuff. And so we would always like put on, me and my older sister and my younger brother would always put on like skits and stuff.
Yeah.
That have to do with
What kind of
Thanksgiving.
skits?
Like, I'm trying to think. Okay, so have you ever seen one of the Addams Family?
Oh, yep.
Like there's like a Happy Turkey Day song, and so me and my sister would be like obsessed with that movie, and we'd sing it for our family. So just like kind of
that is so cute
dumb
though.
things like that. Yeah. So it's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Thanksgiving is not the only thing that happens in November. No Shave November!
Yeah.
Which means that guys usually grow out their facial hair, but what do girls do? Are you going to participate, Ashley?
Heck yeah, I am. I'm gonna grow out my beard, so it's gonna be really great. No. So Ashley and I are actually gonna participate this year by not shaving our legs, because girls don't really do it, which
I know, it's
feel...
like an only guy month, and that's not fair.
No. And like, I mean, it's cold. And
we could
I don't know.
definitely use the extra layer.
Yeah. Exactly. Also, on November 10th, the United States Marine Corps will celebrate its 239th anniversary, which is cool.
Woo woo! Also, November is National Homeless Awareness Month, and Key Club is having their annual Homeless Awareness Night on November 18th, so make sure you don't miss out.
Yeah. Also, the school musical is happening, which I'm in, and I'm going to do a little plug for it because I can. So you should really come see Hello Dolly. It's a really, really good show. So we need lots and lots of people to come. So you should all come, and if you have ever wanted to see Wonky as a cranky old man with a New York accent, this is your chance to come. So it's really fun.
Everyone who's gone has said it's amazing, right?
Well, I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm in it, so I can't really.
Everyone that I've talked to said it's like so awesome. So I'm definitely excited to go, because you said Wednesday is the Prairie Matinee Night.
Yeah, well, it's a school show, so it's during school. But Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we all have shows going on at 7:00, and you can get your tickets online. If you go on the Prairie website, you can look it up. And yeah, so it's really, really good show, and you should all come.
Thank you everyone for watching the second episode of the Ashley and Ashley Show. And please remember to follow us on Twitter at Ashley Show and on Instagram at Ashley Show.
Yeah, feel free to ask us questions and make some comments. So to close off, here is our find of the month. Woo woo!
Oh girl, let me give you a kiss. That is good. Mwah. That one's got it. Whoa!